Fasting. It triggers autophagy, rejuvenates our intestinal stem cells, and is associated with the activation of AMPK and other longevity pathways. There are basically two types of fasting, short and frequent, or longer and less frequent. Intermittent fasting is from 12 to 48 hours, repeated every 1 to 7 days. Now this compares to periodic fasting, which is where a fast lasts 2 to 7 days and is undertaken maybe once a month or so. It is true that there are many variations on a theme within fasting regimes, from 1 meal a day to time-restricted eating, but in the end it all boils down to a very simple set of criteria: when to eat. Fasting has been practiced throughout human evolution. Ancient hunter-gatherers didn't have supermarkets, refrigerators, or food available year-round. In the depths of winter, hunger was likely more common than feasting. So what does fasting do? Let us look at 3 general areas, then a few of the latest studies showing great insight, and then if you stay to the end I will answer some common questions. Firstly, for the benefit of your cells and hormones. Secondly, for weight loss. And thirdly, for the health of the overall body and brain as a whole unit. When you fast, several things happen in your body on the cellular and molecular level. For example, your body adjusts hormone levels to make stored body fat more accessible. The levels of human growth hormone skyrocket, increasing as much as 5-fold. This has benefits for fat loss and muscle gain, to name a few. Insulin sensitivity improves and levels of insulin drop dramatically. Lower insulin levels make stored body fat more accessible. Cellular repair. When fasted, your cells initiate cellular repair processes. This includes autophagy, where cells digest and remove old and dysfunctional proteins that build up inside cells. There are changes in the function of genes related to longevity and protection against disease. These changes in hormone levels, cell function, and gene expression are responsible for the health benefits of fasting. Weight loss is the most common reason that people decide to try fasting. By making you eat fewer meals, fasting can lead to an automatic reduction in calorie intake. Additionally, fasting changes hormone levels, which may facilitate weight loss. It increases the release of the fat-burning hormone norepinephrine. Because of these changes in hormones, short-term fasting may increase your metabolic rate by 3.6 to 14%. Another study showed that fasting causes less muscle loss than the more standard method of continuous calorie restriction. Some studies show reductions in markers of inflammation, a key driver of many chronic diseases. Fasting may reduce bad LDL cholesterol, blood triglycerides, inflammatory markers, blood sugar, and insulin resistance, all risk factors in heart disease. Animal studies suggest that fasting may prevent cancer. Fasting increases the brain hormone BDNF and may aid the growth of new nerve cells. It may also protect against Alzheimer's disease. Fasting can extend lifespan in rats. Studies showed that fasted rats live 36 to 83% longer. Let's have a look at a bit more detail in a few recent studies that show just what we are currently finding out. Here, we are seeing that fasting dramatically improves our stem cells' ability to regenerate, and as cells begin breaking down fatty acids instead of glucose, they prompt a change that stimulates the stem cells to become more regenerative. Here it seems it can also have restorative effects on the immune system, with a genetic switch that triggers the signaling pathways for stem cells responsible for the generation of blood and immune systems. A few warnings for obvious reasons. Hunger is the main side effect of fasting. You may also feel weak and your brain may not perform as well as you're used to. People who are underweight or have a history of eating disorders should not fast without medical advice. This is particularly important if you have diabetes, are having problems with blood sugar regulation, have low blood pressure, take medications, are underweight, are a woman who's trying to conceive, are pregnant or breastfeeding. All that being said, fasting has an outstanding safety profile. There is nothing dangerous about not eating for a while if you are healthy and well nourished overall. And now for the most common questions people ask about fasting. Can I drink liquids during the fast? Yes, water, coffee, tea and other non-calorific beverages are fine. Do not add sugar to your coffee though. Small amounts of milk or cream may be okay. Isn't it unhealthy to skip breakfast? No. The problem is that most stereotypical breakfast skippers have unhealthy lifestyles. If you make sure to eat healthy food for the rest of the day, then the practice is perfectly healthy. Can I take supplements whilst fasting? Yes. However, keep in mind that some of the supplements like fat-soluble vitamins may work better when taken with meals. Can I work out while fasted? Yes. Fasted workouts are fine. Some people recommend taking branched-chain amino acids before a fasted workout though. Will fasting cause muscle loss? All weight loss methods can cause muscle loss, which is why it's important to lift weights and keep your protein intake high. One study showed that intermittent fasting causes less muscle loss than calorie restriction. Will fasting slow my metabolism? No. Studies show that short-term fasts actually boost metabolism. However, longer fasts of 3 or more days can suppress metabolism. Should children fast? No. Allowing your child to fast is probably a bad idea. Now, fasting is certainly not for everyone. But if it is something you are interested in, start small and gradual and build each time. Start having longer periods daily without eating, and then have a 24-hour period without eating, and each time make it a little longer. We can deepen autophagy by adding hormetic stressors when we're fasting also. For example, try incorporating HIIT exercises or weight training or aerobics, taking resveratrol or taking cold showers. Apparently even drinking green tea or citrus bergamot tea can deepen autophagy. Just remember, fasting is best practiced alongside healthy whole foods, strength training and cardio exercise, a good sleep regime, mindfulness meditation, saunas and many other beneficial routines. No one thing is a silver bullet, but the upsides are very worthy. So enjoy your fast, and you do not have to behave like a monk. But if you want to enjoy the later years and not die young, more fresh food and less overly processed food is definitely the way to go. If you haven't seen my video on diet yet, why not click here and watch that? It's a good complement to fasting. And if you've seen that, why not try this one? And until next time, thank you for dropping by.